Hello guys, welcome back to Modern Singing Method. I'm George and today I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about what ventriloquists do to produce their sound. Now of course I'm no ventriloquist, but I'm always fascinated with how much sound these people produce by not moving their mouth, literally. It really helped me out with my troubles in singing, so here it is. Let's go into it. Have you ever seen a ventriloquist work his magic? What happens is you see a very closed mouth, like so, but everything sounds perfect. So how the hell this happens? Now, what we need to understand is that the sound isn't produced in the mouth, but it's rather projected, for lack of a better word. It's amplified from giving it room space and giving it easier articulation, of course. But the articulation can take place much further back than what we tend to see when people speak. Now, the reason these people are able to do so is they take advantage of this whole space, this whole room in this throat resonance that I'm talking about a lot. When you try to say a vowel and you go and then you switch to an E vowel, let's say, I, and you use your mouth a lot, what you will see is that the more you use the mouth to form the sound, the less of a tongue movement we get. Now let's do the opposite. Let's go. So if I stop moving my mouth a lot, the tongue takes its part into taking a weirder shape in order to produce more of an E sound. So if we now try to do that with a closed mouth, of course, we're no ventriloquists, but trying to go, it's much more controllable this way. And this way we managed to stay much closer to the source. The other day I was teaching one of my students to go through the Tourniquet song I've uploaded, and the Tesseract song. We were going through the end phrase where he goes, I promise you, that line right there. Now, in our minds, when we think about it, this is what this is the scenario that plays in our minds. See, the leap of promise, yo, that leap to the higher note is always presented in our minds with more exaggeration, more push sometimes, more letting go, right? Now, if we try to sing that line, I promise you. When I sing that, I'll turn sideways. I promise you. What you'll see is more of a resting than a forceful outwards idea. Let's go back to what we started with. So if I try now to contain that I promise you line, instead of going, I promise you, like that, right? And I go, I promise you. Of course, that's no way to sing, but hear me out. So again, I promise you. What I'm doing is I'm relying to a much further back spot into which I'm trying to compress and control the sound rather than going, promise you, right? So now if I apply the loose pronunciation like I did, let's say if I spoke it, I promise you, like here, I promise you, I promise you. So what happens again, with that ventriloquist idea in mind, we try to keep the sound closer to the source. Remember again, these people, they always sound so big because they take advantage of all the room that we can use way before we bring the sound outwards. So again, going back to that example, instead of I promise you and pulling the sound out, I promise you, I promise you, and then we turn it into a much more natural way, which is so much closer to the way we speak, by the way, which is always a good thing. All right, finishing off this video, remember to take this again in an area which you're most comfortable with. Don't just go to the I promise you line and try to make sense of it. But you will see that you will be much more able to sing in a higher note and sustain loudness this way, rather than trying to spread it all out and then it ends up being too big for you to contain. I hope I helped you with this video. Please take the time and leave me a comment about what you think. if you would like some more help with that, or any other subject that you might have that you want me to analyze. Like this video and subscribe to my channel to help me promote my method, and I will see you pretty soon. Take care. Bye-bye.